Are we motherfuckers? Are we? Are we? Are we motherfuckers? Are we?
There is toothpaste.
Ah!
I'm just thinking. The joke's on you, John. But, yes, you're fine, right? Yes, okay, so welcome to our first episode of Just Be Lekker with Joy, man. Because that's what we are here, we just lekker. Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to our very first episode. Yes, you're fine, right? Yes, okay, so welcome to our first episode of Just Be Lekker with Joy, man. Because that's what we are here, we just lekker. We talk about the lekker stuff in life, we talk about...
in my...
Hey, John. The ants in the house, guys. Yeah, we talk about everything that's lekker in life. Okay, John, so he's our first guest, right?
Hi.
So I know him, and he's my twin brother. He happened to be that.
I'm not in the what can I tease at that time?
Yes, okay, so John, just tell us a little bit about you, like where you from, where were you born? Don't get into the singing stuff yet, just tell us a bit about where you born. Tell us about who's John.
Okay, cool. So my name is John, everybody. I was born in Graayenstein. And I came to Cape. We both came to Cape Town.
Yeah.
And yeah, I normally start with the singing part.
You see, so it's like they never know the Japanese.
I was smaller.
Okay, tell us about school. Where did you go to school?
Oh yes. Okay, so I went to school in Holy Cross Sister School, was my primary school. That was really fun. I really liked primary school.
Is it?
Primary school was fun. I remember I had my own club, but that didn't turn out well.
A John club.
A John club, yeah. And I used to make, like on the Sound of Music,
Yeah.
how back in the day, how all the nuns had to go to the Reverend Mother and kiss her on a ring.
Yes,
You know?
yes.
So I used to make all my friends do that to me. Seems like I was the leader.
That's
Really
such
weird.
a wow.
Grew up, and I went to high school. And then high school was really, really amazing for me. I really enjoyed it. It was fun. I had the opportunity to go to many places in high school. But it was lekker.
Okay. And so both our high school and our primary school was Catholic, right? We went to Catholic high school and primary schools.
I went to Catholic high school, and I liked it like that because it was such a nice transition going in from what you knew in primary school into
into
high school, especially like your values and everything that you were taught.
Yeah.
I didn't want it to just stop all of a sudden. Yes, I was being taught that at home at the same time, but it's also nice to have it at school and the environment that you spend in most of the time.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that when getting this a little later, that your religion and your faith played a big role in your life.
Definitely.
Cool. So John, we're gonna get to the exciting part, singing.
Yes, music.
Music. Tell us a
Music.
little about
Gosh.
get started.
I started singing, or I developed this passion straight after. When I was very little, I used to put on opera, on the radio. Opera used to start playing, and I used to love the orchestra and the opera. That was my favorite part. And then my grandpa made me a guitar. And I used to play the guitar in the toilet. Of course. Everybody knows this. Can you imagine this little guy just playing guitar in the toilet? Competitions, did the Malay choir, did the Koons, and I mean, that was literally year after year. But I remember my primary school, even high school, was extremely busy with singing and events straight after each other. Like,
Yes.
I think I counted once, I did like almost 8 shows in 1 week, and not just shows, but like practicing, going to events, doing competitions, doing high teas, funerals, weddings. Everything was just so in 1 week. How the practices work is you can't just leave. You don't just go first. They finish their practice. They decide you are at the end of the practice, because that's more gerieflik, or that's more convenient for them. Then you wait. And so as a grade 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old, 9-year-old boy, I used to carry on till 9, 10 o'clock in the evening, which was really, really late. And also when you go last, you have to practice and you have to practice and you have to practice until you get it right. You can't leave that house until
you haven't got it. If you haven't made that the person in charge happy.
Yes, if they didn't get Buddha jy bly. So in that way it made me sorry, you can edit that. So it's like I was just tea went in the wrong part. So what was I say? Yes, so that taught me that listen, there's no time to waste.
Yeah,
get it right at home. So when you perform, it is there. It is not a matter of oh, this is a mistake, that's a mistake. Yes. I've learned that from a very early age, too young if you ask me. But I've learned it from a young age not to waste time, because you make yourself unhappy, you make people unhappy, and you're wasting time and money.
Yes.
And sorry, and then coming back, I still obviously had to do homework
and schoolwork.
So that wasn't the lack of part. So I've learned a very expensive lesson, but it was fun. I learned a lot.
You learned a lot. I think that's important if we able to take experiences and learn from them, but then they don't go to waste.
I never had really a weird stage of my voice cracking, because I say sort of I just went deeper, went deeper. So it was really, and he said to me, listen, you're not as good as you were last year because your voice is lower. We might take someone else, and you're also making mistakes. So I mean, you think to yourself as a 13, 12-year-old boy, 11, whatever age I was, I just know I was really young. That is not the best. You don't normally say that to a small child. And just with the strictness, they were so on notes, getting your notes right, getting what they wanted right. And don't get me wrong, ladies and gentlemen, they wanted best and they knew how to get there. But the way they did it was very harsh. And that affected my nerves a lot when I was small in performance. And it wasn't just Malekwa, that affected every single performance that I was doing.
I see.
And up till high school, I think the beginning of high school, my nerves really got to me. Was the performance going to be okay? And that was the downside part of it. But yes.
So okay, John. So a little bit more about the performance anxiety. What practical advice can you give musicians that deal with performance anxiety and that struggle to really
know yourself? Know what you are capable of doing. Focus on what story you are trying. That's what I did. I remember the beginning of grade 8. That's how I overcame this nervousness, extreme nervousness. You have to know yourself. Know what story you want to tell to the people. I think I gripped, thank God, the point of performance and singing and art very early.
Yeah, you got the core of it.
I got the core of it, and when I meant the core, I meant what does performing mean? Is it about the hands and the people going on and impressing, or is it about what are you trying to tell the people, whether you can sing or not?
Yeah.
What's the message that you're trying to bring across through whatever it may be? What's the real important factor here?
Yeah.
Let's think about it. And once I realized what this is, and knowing myself and what I am capable of doing, everything just became so much loose and relaxing, and
you were just able to keep of yourself because you knew yourself, right?
Exactly.
I want to play a game with you.
Yes, okay.
Okay, so the game.
Do you have biscuits?
Everybody knows. Yes, the biscuits.
Ek lus my biscuits, want jy is nou klaar. Thank you.
Enjoy the biscuits.
I'm nibbling on this afternoon.
Guys, okay, so we're gonna play a game. Okay, John, you've been introduced to this game before. Okay.
No, this is a prank.
So you've been introduced to the game before. The game is called.
What?
I forgot what the game is called. But it's basically where you have to. Like, you give him a word, and then he has to like sing a song with a word in it. So here's words on here now, different words on here. You can't see now, but he's gonna pull one, and then he's gonna show you, and then he's gonna sing us a song that contains the word. Okay. John, there you go. The pick is yours to make.
Oh.
So the word's I.
And I will Okay,
this
let us
one.
see.
Mountain.
Mountain. Oh, okay. Climb every mountain, for every stream, follow every rainbow, till you find your dream. I'll go on the next one. Strength. Love Alice for the way you look, oh look at me.
Oh, last one.
And then we're going back to strength.
Yes.
Music puts another nickel in, another Nickelodeon. All I want is having you and music.
Well, there's some good background, guys. So, because you know, you do everything. Literally, I think even looking back now, everything I do was like, well, because John's doing it. You know, so I was like, John's going for singing lessons, so I'm also going to go for singing lessons.
But that changed, right? You need to tell the music that changed.
Of course it changed. Of course, like, it needs to change, guys. Don't do stuff because other people's doing stuff, even if that other person is so awesome as this guy. Just do it because you like it and you and you want to do it, okay? But what I was gonna say is that song we just sang, music. Go for it. Was my first song, my first musical song that I got, and I'll always that song will always have a special place in my heart. Okay, John. Out of all those words, what words really speak to you?
Mountain, love, and strength. Even though I now have this song.
Yeah. Okay, so what about those words speak to you?
It shows how God really worked in my life. The love of God gave me strength to climb the mountain.
Oh wait, check, did you see what you did?
See what I did there?
Yes, John, so...
No, but on a serious note, no really.
Yes.
The love of God gave me strength to climb the mountain. And
mountain.
once I climbed the mountain, and now you will always have mountains to climb.
Yes.
You never on top. Never think that. That's one thing I've learned very, very hard. You're never on top. You're always learning and climbing the mountain, making mistakes, getting up and climbing the mountain.
And always remembering you can't climb that mountain alone.
No, exactly.
You have strength to do it alone. You're always going to slide down. John, and then lastly, I just want to find about you, because I think someone that is so lekker. It's a vibe, man. It's always a vibe with John.
I think
it's always a vibe. It is nice.
I appreciate it.
It is. You need to be so gemakkelijk and so lekker. You need to know yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? You need to know yourself. Yeah. And you spoke about it earlier slightly. You spoke about knowing yourself and being yourself. How does one know yourself? How do you? Is it because everybody says, okay, you gotta know yourself. Is there ways we can actually go out and figure out who we are and then know ourselves and then kind of embrace ourselves and be ourselves?
You know what? I fully believe you're asking almost like how to be true to yourself.
Yes,
that's how it is. How to know yourself is to be true to yourself. So if you find out that a situation makes you unhappy, you must pick up and realize and take note of how unhappy you get. And if that's unhappy you get, that's how unhappy you get. Yeah. If you feel like I need to pretend in a situation, then obviously that was now won't do. You're not gonna know who you are. That's not who you are. As to be true to yourself. Communicate. Communication. That is the one thing my parents taught me when I was younger. To talk. Communicate. Tell the people how you are feeling. Now, but on a serious note, you need to tell someone how you are feeling. So you can get it out of the way. Even if it's, you know what? You look really good today.
Yeah.
I had it on my heart and I need to tell you, and I'm telling you immediately.
Yeah.
Otherwise I'm gonna forget. I feel unhappy today, and this is why.
Yeah.
Let's put our energy in solving the problem. And so automatically when I do that, I find that it's natural to be happy. People go, Where do you get the energy to be happy? It's not about energy. It just happens naturally.
Yeah. And that surely requires vulnerability. But if you rise up to be vulnerable,
You know me. I help 24/7 when I think I'm on the radio. I smile for nothing.
Yeah.
I'm such a crier. But it's good. You know what, man? People, I love to when I hear a sad song and I cry. It's not always tears of sadness, no.
Yeah.
It's tears of joy. And I cry because I'm like, sometimes I think, yeah, God has worked so much miracles in my life. Look where I am or whatever, you know. Things that haven't always been easy on that mountain.
Yeah.
But I'm there.
yes, yeah.
And that gets me so emotional sometimes that I see my song on the radio and I start crying.
Yeah.
So it's important to also exercise being vulnerable, as you say.
Yeah.
You don't always have to be, you know.
Macho
Yeah, bro. You know, I feel like vulnerability is key.
It's key. Yeah, it's key. And then you got.
And it shows sexiness in a man.
Yes, really, it is. Like, if I
I
think
feel
it's
rare,
one of the
rare.
most attractive qualities a man can display, you know, especially in such a masculine society, you know.
Exactly.
And that, guys, is how you become lekker people.
That's how you become like a
That's how you become lekker people.
Nah, yeah, look at me praying about myself. No, but seriously, stay true to yourself. If there's one thing people need to take out, don't always worry about other people saying, man.
Yes.
Man, you know, I always used to tell myself, think about this, Joy.
Yeah.
You are always the celebrity. Think about it. And the other people are the paparazzi.
Yes.
The paparazzi will always try and make stories about
Always
you.
try to get stuff.
Always try to get stuff, but you need to just cap on.
Yeah.
Just cap on.
There, cap on, guys.
Cap on.
Cap on.
Don't let other people rain on your parade. Sorry, let me just finish.
No, it's good. It's good.
Okay, don't allow people to walk on the things that you have worked so hard for.
People don't even know you.
People who don't even know you. The audacity. Don't allow that. Because you see, that also comes in knowing yourself. If someone comes up to me and goes, "And now what?" If an auntie came up to me after performance and go, "You know what? That was a terrible performance. I hated it with all my gut." I'd be like, "Hi, Tani, I'm so sorry that you know I didn't experience that." But I would not take offense in that because I, to the matter, know what my performance was like.
Yeah.
And everyone has different tastes. Not everyone's gonna like you. It's part of life. You move. But it's a matter of, do you know yourself? Was it really true? Look into the situation, determine whether it was true or not, and move. Don't still ponder.
Yes.
Moenie no blame me.
Yes.
Life is short. You're gonna blame it 20 years past your life, and you're still gonna be there.
Yes.
You go, where did life go? Go, move. You know yourself. You understand?
Yes.
Lekker koekjes.
Is it lekker? Ja.
You know, biggie vlakkie maar van.
Nah, guys. Okay,
Ja,
guys.
dis wat is ek het mint in nou man. Dis wat don't take nice.
Yeah, so just quickly. There is toothpaste. On this cookie. It jokes on you, John.
I'm a constructed as usual.
So guys, that is it.
I was just saying that makes up with my voice a bit more.
Guys, that is it.
Because I'm thinking this looks so odd, but I just thought it was part of the cookie. Yes.
The joke's always on you. Now, laugh with yourself. Be lekker. This is just Be Lekker with Joy. For more of this with our parents and more with John.
No, man.
And video.
Bye bye.